Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today it's a 2003 United States dime. We've got three of them here. There are actually four of them made. They made them at Denver, they made them at Philadelphia, they made them at San Francisco, and they made them at San Francisco in two different ways. They made a silver proof coin, and they made a regular clad proof coin. And of course this one here, I don't know if you can tell, but this is the clad proof coin. We just tip it up and you can definitely tell. You can see the copper inner core, the copper nickel outer. This is kind of funny because it looks like the copper comes right to the edge. Can you see any copper? You can't really see it, but the copper on the inside, sometimes see how the line changes there? Sometimes the way that this cladding goes over the top doesn't completely cover it, but on this one, it seems like it got to the edge. If you can find one of these with the cladding off it, those are fun ones. They are, you can, they all go for anywhere from 50 to a couple $100, but you can see those on eBay sometimes. They just didn't put the top layer on either the front or the back. Let's look at this coin and talk about the coin. It says Liberty in the front, and this is Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of the United States. Underneath his chin it says, "In God We Trust." Right there, there's an S for the San Francisco Mint. At the San Francisco Mint, they made 2.2 million of these clad coins, and they're really, really easy to get and relatively cheap. So you can get this coin in a Proof 70 for about 18 bucks, 15 to 18 bucks. This is a great coin. If you're looking for the Proof 70, which is the highest rating you can get from the coin rating agencies, PCGS says this one, they value this one at about $18. Down here at the bottom you see a J and an S, and that's for John Sinek, who was the engraver of this coin. Now I know a lot of you know what I'm going to do next, and that is that I'm going to talk about the greatest coin that was made in 2003, and that of course is the Maine State Quarter, because that's where I'm from. So it says Maine at the top, 1820, has a lighthouse sailing ship. It says 2003, and this is of course from the State Quarter series. 2003 was the fourth year of them. They made them starting in 2009, and it's a Washington State Quarter. So if you're looking for a great coin from 2003, look at that Maine State Quarter. 1820 is when Maine became a state, and that's what's at the top, and then 2003. And of course each year during the State Quarter series they made 5 different state quarters. But let's get back to the dime. The Denver Mint, they also made them in 2003, and this one, if you can find this one in a Mint State 68, it's actually worth some money. Mint State 68 with full bands, and we'll talk about the full bands when we get to the back. Mint State 68 with full bands is worth over $100, and they made, here's how many they made. They made 986 million. They made almost $1 billion of the Denver coins. Again, this is going to be a clad coin because Denver didn't make any silver versions of the coin. And you can see how sweet this is. And then when we get to the back, you see that this has some pretty good bands, except. So let's look down here at the bottom. We have this kind of line. It's almost, I guess it really is a die crack that goes through there. It's not going to make it hugely expensive, but what it does is makes sure that we can't get the full bands out of it. The bands at the top pretty good. One of the things you also want to look at on these is the flame. These lines in the flame, if they're really well defined, sometimes they give you an indication that you've got a pretty nice coin also. On the right we have an oak sprig with 2 acorns on it. On the left we have an olive sprig with 2 olives on it. It says United States of America around the top, 1 dime at the bottom, E pluribus unum through the center. And again, this coin, if you can get it to full bands, it's worth about $100. Lastly, they made these, of course, at the Philadelphia Mint. And remember, in the dimes, they do put the P on it. Oh, I want to show you this. Great letters in 2003. So look how good that P looks. Sometimes you get these kind of ugly looking or crunched in or whatever. Look how good the D looks. And wait till you see the S. The S is one of the best S's ever. Just really clean, shiny, no extra stuff to it. So in 2003, they put great mint marks on you. So if you're looking at a really defined mint mark, look for the 2003. Well, how many Philadelphia Mint coins did they make in 2003? Guess what? Over $1 billion. 1.085 billion of these. And that's interesting because they made so many but there are very few high quality ones. So an MS-68 with the full bands for the 2003 Philly is worth about $200+. We flip this one over and we'll see, well, we're not really looking at full bands here. In fact, these bands down here, you can't even see the left side of the band. And so, yeah, this is not going to be a full bands. We do have a little bit of a definition here, but we also have a little bit of a hole in it. Same coin on the back, of course, United States of America, 1 dime. So, if you're looking for these, just remember that in 2003, they made 2 billion dimes. So you're going to find them. They're ubiquitous. You're going to find them everywhere. If you want the ones that they didn't make as many of, you can look at the proof dimes. But remember, the proof 70 of this Clad dime is only worth, not only, but it's worth about $18. And it costs money to buy a proof set. So, and guess what? The silver version of this, which they made 1.1 million of, at proof 70, you might be able to get one for about $20+. So you can get a proof set at proof 70 of the S's for about $40 for both the Clad S and the Silver S, and that's just amazing in terms of money. But the problem is that's because so many people have them, and there's so many around that they're just not highly valued dollar-wise. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coinwell International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.